Hey everybody, I just wanted to shoot you a quick video really quick in regards to being a buyer in a seller's market. I've run into several people recently around open houses and just in passing, and buyers expressing their frustration in being a buyer in a seller's market. So just wanted to quickly go over some tips on how I think that you can successfully maneuver through a seller's market. So I got about 10 tips for you, and hopefully this will help you and making a better offer and getting your offer accepted by the seller. So the first thing I want to go over is something that a lot of people will say should be second, but I like to do it first because I think it's a little less intimidating for buyers. So my first tip is to immediately talk to an agent, a realtor. And the reason I say that should be the first thing is because I feel like talking to a realtor is less intimidating as opposed to maybe going to a lender first and kind of laying all your financials and your whole life in front of a lender. Talking to a realtor first allows you to kind of develop a relationship and a rapport with them, and they can also help you just kind of figure out, what lender to go to, and sometimes they know a lender that maybe would be best for your specific, your specific situation. So, if you're a VA, there's lenders out there who primarily like to work with VA loans, FHA loans, or first-time homebuyer loans. So I think first talk to a real estate agent and they can help guide you to the next step. Second thing I think is obviously going to get bank approval. So go to your bank, get pre-approved first before you even start looking at homes. You need to know what your budget is before you start looking at a home. The worst thing that can happen is you go shopping for a house, you go to open houses, and you fall in love with a home, and then you're not able to afford it. So go get pre-approved first. That way, when you're ready to make an offer and you run into a home that you really love, you're ready and prepared to make that swift offer. Third thing is understand your wants and needs. You really need to write down your needs versus your wants. Everything that you need in a home, think about your current living situation, what you don't like, and what you need in your new home versus your wants. Really wanting to look for that home that meets your needs first, and then any other perks that are added, any other wants that are within that home, that's what you want to look at first, definitely your needs. Fourth thing is be on call for showings. So if you are a buyer in a seller's market, please understand that if your realtor calls and says, I just saw the perfect house for you, be prepared to go look at that property as soon as you can, immediately. If you have to get off of work, if you have to drop the kids off at daycare or something, even if you have to take the kids with, please be on call for showings. You need to look at a home immediately, as soon as possible. There's no time to waste. You cannot wait until the next day, or wait until you get off of work, or wait until the weekend hits. You've got to go immediately. Fifth thing, do not expect to get a deal. Now, obviously, every buyer looking for a home, they want to get a deal. I mean, everybody wants to get a deal. But when you're in a seller's market, you're not going to look at a $200,000 home that's listed for $200,000 and then expect to get it for $190 plus paying your closing costs. That's just not going to happen. Trust your realtor and look at what they have as far as a CMA on that property and what they think market value is. Go in at your market value. Please don't expect to get a great deal. I mean, this is not a clearance. Homes are not on clearance racks or anything like that anymore. This is not that market. So please don't expect to get a great deal. Expect to buy the home and get your offer accepted. 6, do not be afraid to put in an offer quickly. If you've been looking at homes or maybe going to open houses, or let's just say you walk into a home and it's the first or second house and you fall in love with it, don't be afraid to put in an offer. Just because you feel like, oh, I should maybe have looked at 10 homes before I buy, it doesn't work. You need to understand that when you feel, trust your gut instinct. When you feel like you've found the house for you and your family, put in an offer right away. It doesn't matter if it's the first or second house. Put in an offer. Number 7, trust your realtor. If your realtor is telling you there's another offer on the table, or hey, this price is underpriced. This home is actually worth, maybe $205,000 as opposed to $200,000. Trust your realtor and go with what they're recommending you to do. That's their expertise. They do this every single day, and so please trust your realtor. Number 8, write a clean offer. So if you're making an offer and you say that you want to go in at list price, plus you want up to 3% in closing costs, plus all your contingencies as far as your inspections, the radon, the pest, also, you don't want to close until, 60 days, that in this market may not work. You really want to write as clean of an offer as possible. Maybe go at list price, but maybe if you can, potentially pay your own closing costs. Maybe if you want a radon test, then maybe say you'll split the cost of the radon test. Things like that. Those terms, it's not always about the list price. It can be about the other terms in the contract that really get you that offer accepted. Number 9, if you have to, personalize your offer. If you're in a multiple offer situation, maybe write a little note or have your realtor take a picture of you and your family. Don't be afraid to put your personal, stuff out there to the seller. Let them know, hey, I just got married. I'm expecting a baby. I love your home. This is the perfect home for us. Really personalize your offer. Make it stand out above the rest of any other offers. And number 10, last but not least, allow for your offer to be a backup offer. If you found a home and you find yourself in a multiple offer situation and you happen to lose out on that home, make sure you tell your realtor, I would be willing to keep this as a backup offer until we find another home. So, allow for some time for your home or for your offer to be a backup offer. That's all the tips that I have for you. I think that these tips are really good advice as far as maneuvering successfully through a seller's market. Again, most importantly, keep a clean offer, be on call for showings, and don't be afraid to write an offer quickly if you have to. So if you have any questions or you want a good realtor, you can certainly give me a call. I'm in the Sioux Falls area, and my phone number is 605-553-8506. Or you can email me at solidsoldhomes.com, and I'm also on the RE/MAX website at sashap.remaxagent.com.